What's up there, guys? This is Grunts. A little under weather, so my voice is a little bit bad right now. But a lot of people are asking me how to catch alligator gar, and the video that I used was outdated, and I spent 4 hours trying to catch one. Never caught a thing. So I found out how to catch them. I am using the heavy float DLC. I started this whenever I was level 13, and I could use medium cut bait. Now, if you were just regular level 13 and you don't have any DLC, it's going to be a little bit difficult to do. You can take an hour or more to catch just a regular gar on some of the bait that you're able to use. So some of the stuff that I'm using, obviously the DLC, the Brutus 11 foot, 10 inches, the double punch 6500. I am using the 30-pound fluoro .02. A chubby bobber, a 7.0 hook. You can use a 4.0 up to a 9.0. Any one of them works. It really doesn't matter on the hook size. Generally speaking, for the game, use a hook that's the correct size for the bait that you're using. I've used a 4.0, I've used a 9.0, I've caught them in between on any of them. Medium cut bait because I am level 13 at this time. If you're higher level, you can use a large cut bait. Crawdads work just fine. The biggest reason why I wanted to get the DLC was this big, huge fish, Castle Keeper Net Pro. Now, let's see. Also, I like the longer rod just because I think it's easier to bring them in. I also have the 10 foot 10 and the 9. I've used both of them also, and I just prefer the 11 foot. It just gets their nose up. It brings them in quicker. Personal opinion there. They all work just fine though. One thing I did forget to mention before, the leader depth that I have on right now is at 25 inches right now. I've seen people catch them. I've caught them on 11, and I've caught them up to 25. Anywhere in there, you can catch them on. Though 25 just has been working the best for me. That's what I use. If it works, don't change it. If you are level 13 and you want to try to catch one of these suckers, it is not going to be easy, but I would recommend using the Nero 10 foot or 12 foot. Either one would work just fine. And either the Aspira reel right here, or for gold, this one right here. The ones that I used, I must have caught a trophy because the sucker ran out and took my line out to max and broke my rod or my reel. It did not work very well. If you catch the bigger ones, you just have to break your line because you won't be able to bring those guys in. I am using the, let's see, the 30-pound test line right here. Let's do hooks. And the 7.0 hook, I'm not able to, let's see, where's it at? And the 7.0 right here. That's what I'm using at the moment. I've caught them on large cut bait. You can catch them on large minnows. You can catch them on shiners, medium cut bait. It all works. If you're higher level, obviously use the better bait. You can also catch them on small cut bait if you are not level 13 yet. It is a little bit harder though. So let's go ahead and get over to Missouri and go fishing for some alligator gar. So the best times to fish for alligator gar are on a sunny day, 5 to 6 a.m. and 8 p.m. On a cloudy day, the only times that work are from 1 to 2 p.m. That's it. Those are the peak times. You'll catch one about every 15 minutes. Then usually I reel one in about every 15 minutes or sooner, usually sooner. Now, a lot of the other videos that I saw online had you come down here to Pike's Challenge and fish towards this log right here. I fished there for hours, never got a single bite. Or they'll tell you to come up to Last Songs of Summer and fish at the lily pads right there. I've never had any luck there. I fished there for hours also, just couldn't catch a thing. Where I fish at, and a friend of mine actually showed me where this was at. I got lucky. You're going to want to go to Catfish Heaven. And you're going to go all the way to the left. So just turn straight left, go all the way to the left as far as you can. Now you're fishing into the Pike's challenge area. And the reason I like this longer rod is it can cast all the way out. So you're going to cast as far as you can towards that vertical log that you can see where my highlight is at right there. You can catch them all the way from 100 feet. I've caught them from 100 feet all the way out to 150 feet right in this area. But this area right here is a sweet spot. And you'll catch them very, very quickly here. Now, these gar will, some of them do take a little bit to catch. Some of them will just straight up take your bobber straight under, and you'll have about a second to react to that, so you have to keep a close eye on it. Some of them will mess with your bobber for just a minute, and they'll leave it alone, and then they'll mess with it and leave it alone, and then they'll take it. So you have to watch them for that. If you miss a strike, just cast it in the same spot. You'll get a bite, usually within a second or two. Again, as long as you get right on top of that fish. One thing I forgot to add, my leader is at 25 inches down. And there's a bite already. Oh, there he goes. He took that sucker good. Now, I have yanked on these things. I've tried to fight them like bass. But the best thing that I've found that works is just take your rod, stick it straight up in the air, just keep your line nice and tight, keep the tension on that reel, and just wait for them to come in. The bigger ones will take a long time because they'll get close, and then they'll just drag your line straight out, and the smaller ones will come right in usually. Once their nose comes out of the water like that and they start splashing around, they're usually done. This has got to be a baby. There you go, 38 pound. Usually doesn't take but a second to catch them. They're not really hard, but that is the sweet spot, and that is where to catch them. Like I usually can get, I'll put up a picture. The trophy fish will get up to 1,000 XP. These smaller ones usually anywhere from 100 to 120 with premium on. And there's a 80-pound one I caught. It was 80 pounds, not 82. Now, in case you're wondering the quickest way to level up, the easiest way I found, like I said, I'm almost level 15. I've only been playing this game for 7 days now. It's not impossible. I didn't buy premium until I was probably around level 10. Is whenever you start out, you just catch whatever you can catch until you get to level 4. Buy a bass jig, try out bass fishing at Songs of Summer. If you enjoy that, keep bass fishing until you get tired of it, and then just literally start catfishing. Catfish until you're level 13. I grinded it up. It only took me about 2 days. And then after that, whenever you get to level 13, if you want to buy the heavy DLC float pack, I know it's expensive, you can start catching alligator gar. The trophies give right around 1,000 XP per. I've caught probably about 4 of them, which boosted me. I mean, you only need 14,000 experience to get from 14 to 15, and those 3, boosted me up there quite a bit. And you'll usually get right around 400 to 500 currency cash per day from a decent day of fishing alligator gar. They give quite a bit of cash also.